Hello, hello, this is Pup in the Life. How is it going? How is it going? We tried to record a Pup in the Life walking, but Mike wouldn't work. So, pretty fun, huh? Anyways, a Pup in the Life of today relates to something that happened in Mom's life, of course, while selling the product, while just trying to get into that market of software of AI. That's not easy because you're gonna see if you talk about AI, there's lots of hype going on. But again, it's not just related to AI; it's just related to technology in general. So let's just go and talk about what happened. So basically, a customer churned. Okay, customer churned, and this basically meant actually receiving feedback, and this piece of feedback was actually regarding the you know the platform itself at some point, but it also was related to the ability of the people to actually use the platform. And so I heard that Mom was pretty bugged about it because she just overheard and just like understood that these people just actually claimed that the platform wasn't quite as, let's say, as similar as to what they were using, and that at some point ChatGPT was actually their alternative. And so, of course, ChatGPT is free, but there are so many different ways for you to understand the different abilities that you have to actually be able to create something out of an AI platform. And the problem with ChatGPT being, of course, the security of that. And Mom always says that there's nothing she can do to actually convince people, even out of fear, if they just don't understand it, that the request, that like the type of risks that you know you send your company towards if you actually use such type of platform is, to be honest, impossible to do, because if you don't understand it, or even if you don't care somehow, there's nothing we can do. Either you get it and you decide to get it, and either you care or you simply don't. And so the thing is that once you think about it, the idea that goes beyond it is there are people, just like CMO of Mom said, that accept to have their children exposed on social media, and some others that understand the risks of it and just say, no, I'm not going to go for it. Are you changing such people's minds? Usually not, especially if they decide not to care about the potential implications. And so that's kind of the same with social, because from one end, you will have people just thinking that AI means ChatGPT. And in that sense, in that fashion, there is no way for you to convince them otherwise, except, or maybe because they decided it's a good way to go before like regulation happens, and which is not fine, but it's understandable. And on the other hand, you may just have the clear indication from people that they just don't care about the risks. And this goes for, and this I think goes for many people that are selling stuff that's more secure and that has that as a value proposition type of mechanism. And that also happens as a risk for many other technologies, especially before regulation takes place. Imagine Bitcoin, imagine for blockchain, imagine Facebook for social media, like imagine many of them. And so that is clearly something that's not good, but that keeps happening. And so mom just got bogged down a little bit via thinking that maybe she wasn't, doing her work well. Maybe she wasn't doing enough for it, and probably she's not. But the truth of the matter is that one single company cannot single-handedly just do all of that. Because there is no other way. There is no other way for us to go besides just explaining to people. And to be honest, that's quite bad, losing a client like that, because they actually don't care. But I also think there's nothing you can really do. And so this podcast just to share that thanks to the CMO, we got a different perspective of things and a different way of seeing the fact that probably, you are just considering that as an obvious thing. Well, it's surely still not. And it is what it is. There's no in between. So if you're creating technology or selling technology, you're probably going to find yourself in this situation. Please consider that it's not so bad. Everybody's in the same boat. AI is just starting. We're just changing things, and what is changing with us. So you still need to take time, and it is what it is. Please be patient, but always remember that if you're doing AI shit, your job is probably to just educate and elevate people's knowledge around the topic. There's not so many more things to do. And I know it takes time. I know it takes time, but it is what it is. So we'll go back to work now. Hopefully you feel less alone, and yeah, I hope you feel better now. Mom surely doesn't yet, but we're gonna try. So I will send you kisses, hugs, and a bit of barks. Bye. Keep changing the world.